Developed 2,500 years ago. The science of strategy, developed by Sun Tzu, can help you make progress in your life. See, if you're paying attention to my recent series where I talk about Sun Tzu's The Art of War and get into the hidden topics behind each of the chapters, and the hidden also principles and things behind his teachings and his stanzas, which can be very well hidden for reasons I explain in the introduction. Understand that Sun Tzu's science of strategy is not about beating others, taking your opponents to the woodshed and, teaching them a good lesson. It's about improving your position. Thing is while enemies can be temporary, you want to spend time being a temporary enemy or building up a position that can last a long time. Sun Tzu teaches how to make progress, first of all, by understanding your position. It's like trying to fix a problem with your car. You don't understand how your car works, at least a little bit, wouldn't know how to understand what the problem is and how to fix it. Same thing with your position, basically. When it comes to your position, you got to know what your position is before you can start advancing it. And the whole key thing about Sun Tzu is he talks about how to advance your position and build your position over time, explained in Tzus concepts. To improve that position, it comes in 4 skills, 4 flavors, if you will. And the first one is listening. As an example for these 4 skills, I'm going to apply a situation, a challenge that Gary Gagliardi faced many years ago, actually, when he was first studying Sun Tzu. So first of all, listening. You have to understand what your situation is and the situation around you. And when you're able to do that, you can piece together a picture of your situation and find your opportunities. In Gary Gagliardi's situation, he had a problem with his boss. A fairly common problem for him at the time. And so what he had to do was learn about his boss and learn about his boss's problems, really, to find out where his opportunities were. Because the most certain form of opportunity is problems in others. Then, after you listen, you aim. You can't do everything. You have to pick a certain opportunity, one that's best for you. In the case of Gary Gagliardi's situation, he picked computers. His boss had a really big problem with computers, and computers were starting to come into the business where you're ordering processing systems and things like that. And he had some training about computers and how to understand them in college, so that really prepared him for this opportunity. After you aim, your decisions you have to make decisions, but your decisions mean nothing until you execute your decisions. You have to move, and you have to make change in your situation. And that's what move is all about, the third skill. Moving, in Gary Gagliardi's case, was basically doing a series of things to help his boss with his computer problems, and show him that he knows how to fix it and work computers. But moving itself is not alone. People confuse motion with progress. People think as long as you're doing something, you're making progress in the world. People think that if you get a high school degree or get a college degree, that's enough, but it isn't. After you get those degrees, for example, you have to make something of it. It has to get you a job. And that's about advancing your position. The last skill is claiming, because sometimes and often is a skill that you have to do. You have to get others to recognize your achievements and put those achievements to good use. In Gary Gagliardi's case, you had to make him working with computers and doing that extra stuff mean something by getting him a promotion, getting him a new job. And one of the things about strategy is that people tend to think about the world as, there's a fixed number of jobs out there. The jobs that you currently see today are your options out there. And one of the things about strategy is we can see, when we listen, we can see unique opportunities for us to find things that aren't even out there right now, things that don't even exist. And we can take those as our, because people don't think about those kinds of things. Everybody's thinking about what's there instead of what's outside the box. In his case, he made his moves, he translated his moves into progress in his position by connecting his boss to what he's been doing. And the cycle never ends. You're constantly listening, aiming, moving, claiming. And it's scalable. Your whole life can be considered, when you're a child, you listen, understand the world. When you're a teenager, you really don't listen a lot of the time. I just got out of that stage. And, you really focus on what you're going to do in life and who you are. When you move, that's like when you're an adult. That's when you start working and start. Of course, you're getting paid and stuff. Every day when you have a job and whatever, or go to college. You're making a series of moves, and then in the end, you reach retirement, where you can claim all the things that you worked up for the many years while you're moving. But on a small, it can apply anywhere. For example, on my YouTube channel, I have to listen to the conditions around me, find out new people that are doing stuff and making YouTube videos, as well as learn the situation, find my opportunities. What are problems that people are having? My YouTube series that I put out there are just solutions to the problems that people face strategically. But claiming also comes in another part too, just like all these have two parts to them. And claiming, it's not just getting those rewards, it's protecting those rewards and assets over time. There's going to be continually threats, for example, owning that gold mine, for example. And owning that gold mine, there might be something coming up in the future where there'll be a controversy over whether your claim was legitimate. You know, somebody might that actual company that gave you rights and ownership might come under attack, whether they're a legit company. If that happens to them, well, then your ownership of the gold mine comes under question too as a result. So you have to learn how to protect your assets over time. Good positions are defendable, and whenever you put effort into those positions, that they're good and profitable. But that's the reason why we're not worried too much about competition. But as far as the environment, you're always vulnerable to the environment, and when something sparks, it can spark a huge fire. And just like regular wildfires are controllable. And so you can make this kind of progress in your life anywhere. Gary Gagliardi, the source of the Science and Strategy Institute, multiple award-winning author. He used these skills to fight his battle with cancer and survive. And you can apply it to the challenges that you're facing in your life.